So a city, what makes a city? What makes, what makes a place go from a town to a city? And they're all different, even in culture. Aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Cardiff is a different kind of city to London, but they're both capitals. Swansea is the second city of Wales, and is different to Birmingham, the second city of England. The whole of what a city is within the United Kingdom is different depending on who you ask. Because if you ask the Scots, they've got something different. If you ask the Northern Islands, they've got something different. We have a different way of our cities, and so do the English.
Podcasts brought to you by Real Terrio Radio. Around the world today here on Real Terrio Radio.
Hello and welcome to Around the World today here on Real Terrio Radio's podcasts with me, Terry Davis. So we're talking about what makes a city, as you got from in the intro, and basically there's a reason for this. There's always a reason. So the city that I live in, Swansea, celebrates 50 years this year of becoming a city. So we used to be known as Swansea Town. My mum, who I talk about quite a bit, and even my grandparents, they were born in Swansea Town, but died Mum hasn't died yet, but when she does die, she will die and be buried in Swansea City. I'm not the only one who's like this, because there are people, parents from my generation, who are the same. My generation practically, or anyone born in the last 50 years, are the first lot who are going to be born in Swansea and die in Swansea City. Where before it was they were born in Swansea Town and died in Swansea City. And joining me to talk about this is our first guest on Around the World today is Lee Ellery from Swansea. Lee Ellery.
Hello Terry, how are we?
I'm good. So as you know, and Lee laughed when I said my mum's not dead yet.
It's nice to be with you on this first show.
This isn't the first, this is episode...
Yes, but the first
series
one for
2.
the guest.
Oh yes! Now Lee,
you couldn't choose a better experience for radio, could you?
And it's a very good topic too, because we're both from Swansea.
Yeah, it is a very good topic, but you know something, Terry? 50 years of being a city, we should be doing more than just...
What the council have planned. Have I told you, everyone, my pet hate about this, right? So, Swansea was granted the right to become a city by the Prince of Wales. Now, it was the first time that any city in Wales was proclamated a city by the Prince of Wales. Cardiff was done by a king, right? It was made a capital by the Queen, and Swansea was proclaimed a city because of the Prince of Wales. Do you know what I mean? It's something really big in Welsh history. It was the first city that was made Swansea, Cardiff was done, Cardiff was made the capital. Understandable, because there was only one city in Wales. Well, technically, no, there wasn't, because we'll move on to this. Because what makes a city? Lee, did you know that there are 6 cities in Wales?
Yes.
Do you know what they all are?
Swansea, Cardiff, 2.
Newport, 3.
Newport 3.
Bangor.
Bangor.
St Aslif.
4.
And St David's.
5.
Right
there, Terry. But my theory on this...
I gotta look at this, because we've missed one. Welsh. Yes, continually. What's your theory?
My theory on this is this, right? Every other city celebrates something to do with it.
Oh yes. Cardiff did, mind?
Yeah, but what are Swansea doing? Parksy Roadworks. They don't celebrate bugger all.
But Lee, they can't do anything. The company that are currently doing the roadworks have gone bankrupt.
I know, but the question is, what should we be doing rather than the roadworks?
Now, if I told you this, right? You
get my drift, don't you?
Yeah, but Lee, as you know, I go to St Mary's Church in Swansea City Centre. A nice... I can't believe I'm about to say this. In World War II, St Mary's Church was bombed by a crazy person in Germany who wanted more, and that's the only way we're going to put it, because if you want to talk about history, this isn't to talk about the history of the war, but however, the Luftwaffe blew up St Mary's Church. The city's church, or it is now the city's church. At that time, it was the town's church. Okay? Now, Lee, if I told you it was 60 years this year since St Mary's Church was reopened, and St Mary's were holding a whole week of events. Now, that celebration of 60 years of the church being reconsecrated. Now, can you imagine if they linked all of these celebrations together? How big it could have been.
Yeah.
Do you know, also...
Swansea don't think of that, do they?
No, the air show. Okay, let's take the air show. I'm not saying cancel the air show. I'm saying what they should have done is a huge parade down past the front. Do you know what I mean? From the Gung, because in Swansea we got the Gung. From the Gung by the bridges, by Sainsbury's, you know, right down to, I would say, where the showground is. Or even down as far as the Uni, have a big parade down there. Do you know what I mean?
I'm talking about parades, Terry.
And then, wait. After the parade, right, when everyone's down by the Uni and on the beach and stuff, the red arrows fly past. Do you know? That's what they should be doing.
But going back to parade a minute.
Or Lee, do you remember when every year, if you want to talk about parade, we will talk about this. We're going to talk about his Swansea as well, so, you know, bear with us. Lee, do you remember when we went to the Lord Mayor's inauguration?
Yes.
Now, did you know that before, from the 80s up, or even before the Lord Mayor's inauguration, so you'd have the Lord Mayor's inauguration, you'd have the ball in the night, you know, and then on the Saturday, because it used to be held on a Friday, on the Saturday there would be a parade down the Kingsway with marching bands, floats, you know, like the Christmas that's a bit of a moot point, isn't it, with Swansea City Council?
Yeah, I was going to say that the Christmas parade last year
Lee, what
never was.
What about the Christmas parade before that never was? Since this council, Cavill Gursley, I know you're a member of their party. You might get kicked out from my, you know.
No, it's fine. They don't hear it. We can criticise them all we like on you.
But at the end of the day, okay, they couldn't organise. They've been in power about 4 years now.
Say it properly, Terry. We allow the language on you, right? They couldn't organise a piss up in the bastard brewery.
Leah said it. Now, they've been in power 4 years, and it's 4 Christmases that they've spoilt for our dear children and our children's children.
The year before last, I remember it. They had Mark Jermaine's Productions running it.
Who are these people?
This year, right?
They got them.
Just gone. They said it was going to be all singing, all dancing. It was only 3 floats.
You know, if you can't run a parade, Yeah, what, do you know, it's not like, okay, so take the 50-year anniversary, right, Lee? The 50-year anniversary comes around once. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's fine. But it's not like they didn't know about the Christmas parade was coming around. That comes around every year.
Yeah.
How can
and
you...
the other thing is, Terry, look at it this way. If the royals were coming down on a state visit like the Queen, all the red carpet would be out.
But why?
All of that.
Right, Lee, back to the city. Why haven't they invited Prince Charles to Swansea? Why hasn't the council invited Prince Charles to Swansea to celebrate the fact that he proclaimed Swansea a city?
You tell me, but probably they're ashamed too, because it's a bloody state.
Can you imagine if Prince Charles was coming to Swansea? I know, we'll take him over toward the city centre. Oh, Your Royal Highness, have you seen our lovely traffic site? We're going to build a park, but Your Royal Highness, we're really, really sorry that it wasn't finished by the time of your visit. The company kind of went bankrupt, sir.
Can we lend some of your money from the Princess Trust?
Well, considering some of these people who are young apprentices are probably with the Prince's Trust. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be organisations and charities like the Prince's Trust who are going to be helping these people get jobs now.
Yeah.
Do you know? It's appalling. A council...
What Swansea don't realise, see, they having money to pay off debts, but then they're stopping other people enjoying themselves.
At the end of the day, the budgets are all mucked up. We've got councillors who have free bus passes claiming expenses for petrol.
I don't know who's to blame for that. All the muck up with the money. Them lot in Westminster.
Not only Westminster, Cardiff Bay. There is no... Do you know what I mean? So... The Welsh...
Cardiff Bay can take some of the blame.
All of the blame, really. They control all of the budget for local councils.
Who gives them the initial money?
Westminster do, but Cardiff Bay have tax purposes, have taxing powers now, and they're able to raise the taxes. Certain taxes. So therefore, you can blame both.
My logic.
Your logic...
Give them the money to do it.
It's right.
And if there's not enough money there, they can't take off the flak, can they?
No. But that's a Conservative government. They don't want devolution to work. And the only way not to make devolution to work is to not fund it. But that's another... We've talked about that, haven't we, listeners, in Series 1, that you can listen to on our website at www.realterrioradio.co.uk. Or is it real?
Be starting now.
But yeah. But alright, let's go.
Think about what's going on in Westminster at this moment, actually voting for Brexit. We shouldn't have gone into that.
Right, we're going to go back onto the topic of Swansea as a city. Lee, should we tell people who's from Swansea? Dylan Thomas? Twiggy? Tiggy?
You got myself.
Catherine Zeta-Jones?
I'm a local celebrity, or some may say so. I was told by somebody once. Everyone knows
Dick
you.
Batchelor?
Local celebrity of the city. So
true. How about Dick Batchelor?
There's our friend Dick. Yes.
Jay Stone's bloody idiot. And remember, people, you can listen to Dick Batchelor and all of his friends, Jay Stones and Gupta Sanjeev Batchelor, number 34, on our lovely podcast here on Real Terrio Radio, Dick Batchelor. And it's also on our on-demand service on the website.
We have new music for them too.
And an intro. Should we play it for our listeners when I find it?
This is now, if you're Dick in the future,
I'm going to re-record all of the other ones as well, so I'm going to fit it in as well. So this is what you'll hear at the start of Dick Batchelor from now on. Here we go. You are tuned in to Dick Batchelor, here on Real Terrio Radio.
Do you like how...
I'm fine, how are you? So this is how we're going to do it, but Dick is going to say something different. We like to say at this point that our music is not related to you going on a trip to Portaventura. However, should you wish to go to Portaventura, you can find many great deals at your local travel agent or at the Portaventura website. What we can't be seen. Now, back to our city. What else? So, Sir Harry Seacombe. How can I forget about him?
Who can forget about him?
I know when he used to go to church with my mum.
Remember the series? I can remember it now on
Oh,
a
is it now?
Saturday afternoon. About 5 years beyond. Highway.
Oh, yes. I can't. I'm younger than you.
Your mother probably remember it.
Well.
Highway, and he used to sing all the hymns.
Oh, yes, I remember it now.
You research it, Highway.
I remember it.
Seacombe Highway. And I used to sing along to that all the... There it is, look. A picture of Harry Seacombe.
Yeah, so what people don't know is you can see my screen. And basically, these are the famous people from Swansea. As we do need to get this... I didn't know he was from Swansea.
Who's that?
Kevin Allen?
Yeah, he's the one that... You know what, Twin Town?
Yeah. Oh, yes, he used to live next door to me.
He had something to do with that.
The guy who wrote Twin Town, and Twin Town is another Swansea film, or a Swansea film.
And if listeners haven't seen it, you've got to see it.
We apologise for the swearing. Not everyone in Swansea swears.
But it was just for the
That
film.
much.
Anyway, going back to...
People from Swansea. There are many famous people from Swansea here.
Name some people that they might know.
Francis Grenville, the first Baron of Grenville. Now, there's a story about Francis Grenville that I like to tell everyone. Now, my 3 times great uncle, David Williams, MP, JP, Alderman, and some other titles, member of the Labour Party.
Oh, that one.
He did a very good job for the Labour Party, didn't he, Lee, considering Swansea East has been Labour ever since him?
Yeah, let me tell
100
you,
years?
it'll always be Labour.
100 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, about the Baron of Grenville. Well, the Baron of Grenville, my great uncle used to work for the Baron of Grenville as a servant, and also in the copper works where he wasn't suited to work. Actually, he was fired for organising a strike. What can you do? However, he became a councillor, and then he became an alderman, then he became MP. Oh, sorry, no. Then he became mayor of Swansea. And his council was responsible for cleaning out the slum areas of Swansea City, of the town centre, even. Lee, down by View? Yeah?
Down by View, yeah.
So that's a cinema. And, he was responsible. And so they built the houses where I live right now, and the estate where Lee lives as well was one of them built. So
There's a lot over here.
Yeah, so he built the first lot of council-owned housing, really, up here that, were modern. And these houses are coming to 100 years old because they were originally delayed because of World War One came. They had started building in 13, but then in 14 World War One came, so all of the men were called up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So building stopped. However, the Baron Grenville ran against him as a Liberal. And my uncle kind of beat him and slashed the Liberal Party's majority in this area. Oh well.
And since then, We're being Labour through and through.
Oh, and then my uncle was given the freedom of the city, I found out. Or the freedom of the town, as it was then. Other famous people from Swansea, Rowan Williams, the Archbishop of Wales and Archbishop of Canterbury. Russell T Davies, writer of Doctor Who. Bob Ryman. Dylan Thomas, Kevin Allen, Vernon Watkins.
Listeners,
I've got one that Lee probably doesn't.
After him.
Like
Dylan
that.
Thomas on the marina.
Lee, I've probably got one that you didn't know about. Michael Heseltine.
What?
Told you. The Conservative politician, Michael Heseltine is from Swansea.
Should we bomb his house?
No, Lee, that's naughty. Bombing people is a careless act.
We tell him to get Theresa May out of power?
Well, now, his mother's name was Eileen Ray. And Nee Pridmore. And Rupert Heseltine, a factory owner. He is a descendant of the composer and songwriter Charles Dibburn, honoured by one of his middle names at the time of his parents' marriage in 1932. His father gave his name as Rupert Dubin Heseltine. His father's ancestors were farm labourers in Pembrey. His mother originated from West Wales and his maternal grandfather worked at Swansea docks. I've got one about... great-grandfather. Well, my great-grandfather also...
He worked before my dad then.
Well, it's funny, Lee, because my grandfather, so my grandmother, her father, her mother's father. So my great-grandfather used to work at Swansea docks as well, at the same time.
My father worked on Swansea docks since he was young.
Yeah, so, it used to be that families of dockers used to come, so what did you Bamper do?
Dock.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so your father went into the docking community because you Bamper did, and that's what happened in families.
Yeah.
So, for me to go to university, great-grandson, right? Great-grandson of a docker.
Yes.
Compared to then. So, Heseltine was brought up in luxury. Number 1, Uplands Crescent. It's now numbered number 5 if you wish to visit. I actually passed there. My cousins used to live in number 9. And there's nothing to bloody write home about. It's a bedsit city these days.
It's now number 5.
Yes.
How did you work that out?
Because it tells me on the computer screen. At prep school, I started bird watching. Oh, he started a bird watching club. What prep school did he go to? Oh, Bryn Mill. So we were talking about Michael Heseltine, or if we want to get proper, right? How can he be named the Baron? Oh yeah, Baron of Heseltine.
Because they take the surname, don't they?
No, I thought they take the surname and the place he was born. Is there a place named Heseltine? Yeah, I don't know. He's the Baron of something. You know what? How about Lord Eystermouth? Do you know who Lord Eystermouth is?
No.
Lord Eystermouth. Lee. Lord Eystermouth is the ex-Archbishop of Canterbury, Rowan Williams.
Is it really?
Yes, I got a funny feeling I'm related to him.
You better check it.
with the name, because like my family's name was Williams too. Like on one side. I wonder if... No, that wouldn't help me. Now, you are listening to Around the World Today here on Real Terrio Radio Podcast, if you are tuning in on our radio server. So, and we're talking about Swansea, a city. What makes a city? Lee, that's the question we need to ask. What makes a city?
What makes a city? Just look at...
See, I had people... The other day I was reading on Facebook that people were saying that Swansea shouldn't be a city, it's too small. And then someone pointed out that there is, you know, smaller cities in Wales. Look at, you know, they were judging Swansea by the standards of an English city. What makes an English city, do you know?
I've just thought of something, Terry.
Yes, Lilu.
You know the competitions that we were entered in, what do you call it? What was that competition and we didn't get it? How got it?
I really can't remember. Oh, City of Culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. If we want to be a city, right?
Yeah.
We should be getting it. The reason why we're not getting them, like, awards is because we don't do enough.
We don't. And once again, Lilu, this is the problem of our council. People keep voting in these idiots.
If we did know...
Alright, Swansea isn't the best. Right, we might love Swansea because we're from Swansea. Do you know what I mean? We were born here. However, we both agree that there are a lot that could make Swansea better, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
What are one of the things I know? Get rid of the council. What? Alright, how many... Right, so the Kingsway. As people who live here in Swansea might know, we're digging the Kingsway up for... What number is this? Lee?
Well, first of all, they did it for the bendy bus. Dug it up then, and then they realised the bendy bus never worked.
No. To be really, if we're going to do this, we might as well get the facts right, okay? So, first you had the bendy bus, like Lee said, and the council took this to mean that, you know, Swansea's whole city centre needed redigging from the whole part. Well, I can understand where they were coming from. You know, when you try and show them something shiny, they'll just do it, especially if they're Liberal Democrats, because that's what they were at the time. Then they failed to put a compulsory purchase order in for the bendy bus to go down to Mumbles like was originally planned. So it was originally planned that the bendy bus was going to start in Mumbles and end in Morriston, whilst connecting the university and the hospital and, you know, to the city centre and the hospitals. Now, this plan went out of the window because the council failed to put in a compulsory purchase order. So that little bit wasted money then. Then the Kingsway was dug up. It changed the whole city and the whole, like, dynamic of the city. This was once again Liberal Democrats who did it. Then in 2009, the bendy bus came in. And the bendy bus worked. Well, in principle, it worked. It moved people, like vast amounts of people, from A to B to C to D. Do you know what I mean? It was able to cope, especially with the pressure when Swansea were in the Premiership, you know, getting people down to the Liberty Stadium and back. It was able to cope compared to the older buses, you know, because the bendy bus actually were people movers. They're not meant to be on a bus route going around all of the houses, you know. They're meant to be quick people movers, moving you from one to the other. Do you know what I mean, Lee? So in that principle it worked. Then it was worked out that, you know, understandably, design and engine efficiency and all of that starts to change. But they first were not making a profit off there. Firstly, because when you only order 20 buses for the UK and you own all 20 buses, you are then responsible for the upkeep of these buses. Not, because no one else knows how much they're going to cost to maintain. So the costs keep spiralling. So I can understand why First pulled it off, compared that they were able to get the same route done for, half the cost.
Terry, what you're not saying in your mind is where they came from.
The bendy buses for Swansea were brand new.
I thought they were second hand.
No, they were brand new.
So where did the rumour come in that they were from York then?
No, York had their own batch, Leeds had their own batch, and Swansea had their own batch. They were delivered in batches. Yes, no one really knows about this because everyone has rumours about the bendy bus because they hated it or they loved it. However, the bendy buses were called a Wright Street Line. They were originally designed for a service in York called the FTR route or the FTR Metro. First as a company, then came to other councils around the UK and said we can do the exact same thing for you. So like Swansea. First ordered 4 batches of these buses. So batch 1 went to York, batch 2 went to Leeds, batch 3 came here, and some of the batches were split up and they went to Luton Airport. However, at the time that they were waiting to become the Swansea, because they had these buses since 2007 and they weren't used until 2009, the buses we had in Swansea were sent to Luton. 2 of them stayed in Luton. So, they weren't second-hand, they were brand new. They just couldn't be used in Swansea. Now, as a transport company, you're not going to allow them to sit for 2 years in a bus depot, are you?
No.
You need to make some money out of them. You need them on the road to make money. So I understand this.
But there was a lot of controversy over them coming to Swansea one day.
Well, yes.
Because I remember myself back in the day when I was vice chair of the Swansea Access Group, Terry. I remember being told that they were coming down here on trial.
They never did.
One bus for us.
Yes.
And some of us in the Access Group went and tried the bus out to see how many wheelchairs we could get on there.
Oh no, not again. But Lee, every bus is only designed to carry one wheelchair. What do you want? What do you want from it? Every bus that is designed only can carry one wheelchair.
Yeah, but they should, if it were a couple who couldn't travel together, really, could you?
But you can't anyway, because every bus only has one wheelchair bay.
Anyway.
Every bus can only carry one wheelchair, by law.
One wheelchair and one pram.
Yeah, by law. So, do you know what I mean? The bit where the prams go is too small for the wheelchair.
Yeah.
So it can only carry a wheelchair because of the way the buses are designed. And it would be the same with the bendy bus. So I never really got that from Swansea Access for Everyone, who are no longer. Anyway, back to the Kingsway. Aren't they? I thought they.
As far as I'm aware.
I thought they finished.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware,
So back to the Kingsway. So then the council who asked for funding from the Welsh Assembly and the European Union, lovely people, decided that they were going to do some more works because the Bendy bus stopped and first the bus company rerouted the bus, understandably. No, at first they didn't. Then they did when the council said they were going to dig up the roads. Again. And now, about 2 years after they started digging the roads up, nowhere near finished and the company gone bust. Lee, do you...
My question is, when's it gonna end?
It's your question. I think it's everyone's question in Swansea. What should be asked right now is, when is the council CEO and the leader of the council going to step down? These are the questions.
That will come in a hurry.
No, it won't. Labour give up power. This guy's a Blairite, remember, Lee? Is he really going to give up power? Considering, right, look how many infrastructure projects have happened in the Morriston constituency area compared to other parts of Swansea lately. Education, housing. There are schools in my constituency, right, that are over 100 years old. School buildings still being used as schools. Lee? Those schools that he's put money into in Morriston were only built in the 70s.
And now they're on about building super schools.
Yeah, so do you know what I mean?
Like the one that's in Port Talbot I had, which is a good school.
Well,
I've been there myself.
Well, what can you do? But anyway, it's ridiculous. I think that someone needs to hold these people to account. You know, the Liberal Democrats can't because they started this whole funding fiasco.
Yeah.
But the Kingsway didn't need that much of the digging up that they originally did.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Stupid, really, innit?
It is. However, I find it quite funny that the Kingsway would have needed digging up at some point because they found a trench that wasn't on the, or a couple of trenches around the Kingsway, like, you know, for pipes and stuff that weren't on any plans.
No.
So I found that funny. And if I remember correctly, at one point they found a World War II bomb. God. In the middle of a city centre that had been flattened. But anyway, we digress.
What's the world coming to?
What's Swansea coming to with these idiots in charge? That's what one should ask. Now, we digress. We're back on to the celebration of Swansea as a city, isn't it, Lee?
Yeah.
So, what do you think should happen? Parades, bands, shows, the Queen?
Yeah, we should have all of it.
The full, you know, hello, we are Welsh, we are from Swansea, and this is how we like to party.
Yeah.
I
We
agree.
should have it all. But no, we won't again.
Even Terry Begley agrees with this. We were talking about it the other day, me and Terry, and we were saying that, you know, it's 50 years. At the end of the day, right, you know, last week, this is how much the affection of the royal family must be to Swansea. Remember, Prince Charles, when he was educated, he went to university in Aberystwyth. Now, the nearest biggest place from Aberystwyth that actually has some kind of life that's not rural or rural in those days and today is in Swansea.
Yeah, I know.
So he probably spent a lot of his time here, or when he was passing through. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what students would do. They, you know, on the weekend, students from Aberystwyth, they come to Swansea. for the nightlife, or they used to. That was before the nightlife moved from the Kingsway. That's another discussion, isn't it, Lee? But don't get us wrong, Swansea's a lovely place. We got loads of famous people: Rowan Williams, ex-Archbishop of Canterbury, Ilis Gower, John Dilwyn Llewellyn, Mervyn Levy, William Robert Gore, Kevin Allen, Dylan Thomas, Clive Granger, Gareth Armstrong, Edward George Brown, Paul Ferris, the Princess Lillian, Duchess. I forgot about this one. I forgot about her. Oh, Princess Lillian, Duchess of Hayland. Now, Princess Lillian, as she later became, was born in Swansea, Lee. Did you know this?
Yeah. It's not your neighbour, is it, on the...
No. Princess...
It's not Lillian Slade, is it? She's not
I might be related to her. Sorry. So, Lillian Mary Davis was born on the...
She might be related to you.
Lillian May Davis was born on the 30th of August, 1915 in Swansea. She was a British fashion model who became a member of the Swedish royal family through her 1976 marriage to Prince Bertie, Duke of Hayland. He died in 1997. She's a paternal aunt of the current King of Sweden, and a maternal aunt of the aunt of Queen Margrethe II of Denmark. Oh, and Queen Anne of Greece. So Swansea then through the blood of the royal families, Lee. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Anyway, did she have children? I don't think they did. So no, it wouldn't. Now, her father's name was William John Davis. I want to check something on my family tree, but I don't think this is the right time to check this on my family tree. Lee.
Go on, check it and I'll come out.
Let me finish reading about her. So, she was from Swansea, and his wife Gladys was named Mary, and she dropped one I from her first name, L from her first name. I don't get this. Oh, yeah. When she became a fashion model, she was photographed for fashion magazines as Vogue. Her parents separated in the 20s. They were not divorced until 1939. In 1940, Lillian married Scottish actor Ivan Clegg in Sussex. However, they got a divorce. Or did he die? Oh. Okay. The war. The war. They got divorced, obviously. In 1943, she met Prince Bertie, the Duke of Hayland, in London, reportedly at a cocktail party for her 25th birthday. Soon after meeting, they became lovers. She was still married. Oh my God, she's a typical Swansea woman in Chile. Showing a bit too much love. She had an affair.
I'd check your tree if I were you.
Right, so it's now time to check my family tree, because I'll forget otherwise, like Lee says. Now, we are checking on my granny's side.
I bet you are now.
It's looking like.
If you are, you're part of a royal descendant.
No, I'm not. Unless they had children.
And then your name on Facebook will come into real play.
It is real through my micronation. A micronation is a real nation. It just doesn't have a state of its own. This is what I've been trying to tell you. Laws and stuff are passed. Legislation is passed. Anyway, John Davis, yeah. Oh, Davis, I said, wasn't it? So, Thomas Davis. Oh, I don't have much of his family. I only go on the Williams side. So we'll have to look at that later. Does it say which part of Swansea she was from?
It should do.
No, it doesn't.
What's the date of birth?
30th of August 1915. I'll Google her now. Anyway, so back to the topic in hand. So Swansea City was made a city in 1969. Lovely city, isn't it, Lee? What's your favourite bit of Swansea? Where do you like to go when you're in the city? And remember, the city.
I gotta be honest. My favourite part of Swansea have got to be the theatre.
Really? Where the Grand itself?
And well, yeah. You can't beat the good show in the Grand Theatre.
No.
And people are saying now, right, we're on the subject of Grand, I may as well bring it up.
Go on.
You
then.
know they're on about building this arena.
Yes.
People are saying now, because that's going up, the Grand will start to lose business because all the big shows now.
But there hardly no big shows happen in the Grand.
Some do, though, don't they?
Yeah, but they're a different kind of show.
But
The
people are
arena.
thinking because that arena's coming. All the big
Is it
shows
coming?
that go to
The company
Grand now
that's been given the contract for it have just gone bust.
will not be there anymore. They'll be in the arena instead.
Yeah, but you know the company that are meant to be building the arena for the council have just gone bust.
So maybe it won't happen now then.
No, you never know, really, do you? At the end of the day, do you know what I mean?
Anyway, how long is this supposed to be on air for?
Yeah, 40 minutes, and we've done, nearly. Now, so, yeah, like we've been saying, what makes a city is many different things. People, size of the city, and, you know, sometimes the size of this city doesn't actually mean that, you know, it's not a city. Just because you think that, you know, places like London or City Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, you know, each city has its own characteristics and its own, I don't know, heritage, would you say?
Yeah.
And this is what makes Swansea great, I personally think. Like, Lee's favourite part is the Grand Theatre. My favourite part of Swansea is the Gower, Three Cliffs Bay.
And not forgetting, of course, Terry, we've got Joe's Ice Cream.
Oh, Joe's Ice Cream. I love Joe's Ice Cream.
Which we've now got 3 of them in Swansea now.
We've always had 3 of them. Since I was a kid. There used to be one in Park Towie.
Yeah. There's that one.
That one's closed down now. The Park Towie one moved to where you are in Asda.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, there's always been 3. The Park Towie one moved to Asda. And there's one on St Hennings Road, there's one in
that's the main one.
And there's one in the Mumbles. And then there's also one in Llanelli by the bus station. Just on the border. Really.
Is it really?
Yeah, and there's one in Cardiff as well now. Or Joe's Ice Cream.
Well, I didn't know that.
No, and they sell Joe's Ice Cream in Tesco's.
But do you
and
know,
Sainsbury's.
they're starting now, you can have a Joe's cake.
Oh yes, we've been able to do that for about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, but you could only get them then from the main shop in town.
Yeah.
Now you can get them in that little shop.
What, by you?
Yeah.
The little shop by you is a proper scoop shop, like the one in town. And I say scoop shop because I used to work in a Ben & Jerry's scoop shop, hence why scoop shop. That's what they call them.
I tell you what
now, people...
going back to that ice cream.
Yeah.
Where was it that we went a few years ago? By the Quadrant Gate.
Oh, it's closed down.
Ice cream parlour.
It's closed down, Lee. Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
It's closed down.
That would have been a nice shop if it kept going.
For Joe's Ice Cream, I think they should have opened there. But Baskin and Robbins is closed down. I told him, if you remember, that he wouldn't be here for more than a couple of years. Because the people of Swansea...
I don't think he was here a year, was he?
No, he was there for 4 years.
Was he?
Yeah, and then he went bust. Lee, you can also have Joe's Ice Cream come to your weddings or your events.
Can you?
Yeah. And you can buy stuff online. Ice cream cakes. Now, yeah, if you do want to go and visit their website, it's www.joes-icecream.com. I know, me and Leah talk. I remembered that my birthday is coming up in June, and I actually want a birthday cake for 1 year, but I don't want a proper cake because, like I said, my birthday's in June. So I think I might get asked for
you can't beat a Joe's Ice Cream though, can you?
Yes, but Lee, I'm thinking of having a birthday chocolate cake, ice cream cake.
Why don't you?
For 16 quid.
Indulge yourself.
Oh.
It might be the best 16 quid you ever spent.
Raspberry pavlova. Oh, that looks awesome, mind. Now, alright, sorry, we're talking about one of the best ice cream companies in Swansea. Other ice creams are available. So, you know, I love it, don't you, Lee? Like, about Swansea, like, 1 minute you can be in the city, like we are right now. Or you can, you know, within 20 minutes I can be on the coast.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can be in the middle of nowhere, just on my own.
And just nap a booty in it.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? 1 minute you could be in in the city centre full of people, and then about 20, 40 minutes
yeah,
I could be standing in a field in the middle of nowhere with no one, you know, around. That's what I love about this city.
I tell you the other place I love.
You can't get that in Birmingham, see, can you?
No. But going back to where you live in Swansea, right?
Freakiston.
To the top of Kevin Bryn.
Yes.
That's so quiet, that is.
Yes.
Actually, that's where my grandpa's ashes are buried.
Oh, is it? Mine's at St Thomas Church. And you know my feelings about that.
We asked my nana where his favourite place was.
Yes.
And that's where she said, on the top of Kevin Bryn, where he used to take the scouts.
Oh, the scout.
So, we buried them there.
Yes. Lee.
Because you don't have to have permission, do you? Once you got the ashes, you can scatter them wherever you like.
Yes, this is true. Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to plan what day you go in, you can just go.
Yes, this is true. So Lee, what's your first memory of going to town? When you were a
My
child?
first memory of going to town, it's not that long ago. You will remember this.
When
the Orange House was there.
Oh, so when we used to go.
That's my first memory of town.
Yes. I love being called... I'm not even going to go down this route. Anyways, my first memory of town, of going to town in general, as in shopping, like we're going to town. Now, all of our mums... This is what I was having this discussion with my mother. You know that Swansea's a city and everyone says, oh, we're going to go to town. Should we go to town tonight? Do you know what I mean? We get that from our parents from when Swansea was a town, do you know?
Yeah.
You know, we should be saying we're going to go into the city, you know, or we're going to go into the centre. But instead we always say we're going to go into the town centre, you know?
Yeah, but other people say that about their towns as well.
Yeah, really?
Because, look at Cornwall.
Yes.
Not too far away from us. It goes a couple of hours in the car. But people from there say I'm going to town tonight.
But Cornwall is a town, isn't it?
Yeah, but they...
Are there any cities in Cornwall?
I don't know.
See what I mean?
But you got a beach town there, St. Ives.
Yes, but it's not a city.
No,
Newquay is a city in Cornwall.
I'm on about a beach town.
Oh, well...
Like a beach. Like Swansea now we just talked about.
Yes, I get you. So, you know, what can you do? Now, it's...
Anyway, what we got next coming up?
Oh, I don't know. This week is Dick Batchelor is the next podcast to be recorded. This one is series... I think this is episode 3, so we'll have another episode next week with another topic. But I hope you've enjoyed this. And we've been talking about Swansea, because we don't get to talk about it that much. Lee, how about, oh, you wouldn't know this, have you been to the castle in Swansea City Centre? I think it's only one of the only city centres with a castle. Well, we used to have a castle, Hitler bombed it.
No, I haven't been there, why?
Oh, you've never been to Swansea Castle?
I've seen it.
Of course you've seen it. It's a little hard to go in there, it's ruins right now. You know?
I've never been in there, though.
Yeah, never mind. But oh well. Now, I'd like to thank you for tuning in, and Lee, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this lovely podcast that probably makes no sense to you people, however, we're just talking about Swansea. But before we go, Lee, what do you think, give you this opinion, what do you think should happen about the council and the Kingsway right now?
I think it should go back to the way it was.
Yes, but Lee, at this moment in time, the building company have gone bankrupt. They have no builders.
Yeah, but when they get them back, I mean.
They're not going to get them back. The company's gone bust. They run away with the money. They no longer
I
exist.
tell you what I'd like to see.
So what should happen now? The council has given this company money in good faith to build to rebuild the Kingsway to the way it was, and all of this crap. But it doesn't even look like the way it was. So they're giving this company all of the money, but the company have gone bankrupt. They haven't even paid their staff their wages. So bad. They're a Labour council.
But I gotta say this, right? And you may put me down in flames for saying it, but Castle Square.
Yes.
Why are they going back to with that? They're supposed to be going back to the way it was.
But none of these plans make any sense anymore, because the company who have been given the contract for all of these plans have gone bankrupt.
But I'm saying, what's the point in going back with Castle Square now?
Because no one uses Castle Square.
I can't even remember what it used to be like.
It used to have gardens. Right now it's full of concrete and fountains that don't even work, because the council keeps switching them off to save the money on the water bill. But
I like that way, the fountains, when it's dark and the lights are on, and
very rarely, because the lights haven't been replaced.
Yeah, I know.
So, nothing really. They've allowed areas in the city to run there. What about the council-owned car park at High Street train station? You've been in there, haven't you?
Yeah.
The car park next to the High Street train station, built on. It smells of urine.
I thought you were going to swear.
No, me too. The council have allowed the services to deteriorate past their thing. And I know it's about funding as well, but the choices they're making in the funding aren't the right choices.
I know.
The other week, there was a vote to get rid of the air show and stuff like that. Now, I can understand where the opposition parties were coming from, to tell you the truth. If you can't afford, right, to do a car park up on the city centre, but you want to throw your money at having an air show, do you know what I mean? You either need to get more private sponsors, so more companies coming in and willing to sponsor this event, so the council's monetary burden goes lower, or, or not hold it, or hold it a smaller event. We don't need an air show over 2 days, do we? And 9 times out of 10, the 2 days, there are the same things flying. But yeah, like we said, me and Lee, we really do hope that Swansea City Council do something to celebrate the 50 years, and not something small. It needs to be big. Do you think that Swansea, because of Brexit and other such problems, Swansea has become, like every other city in the country, so divided? And this event could have been something, or if they had a series of events throughout the year, so started last week when the 50 years were announced, do you know what I mean? Because it was announced as part of the investiture, and it was 50 years last week that Prince Charles was made Prince of Wales. So do you think, Lee, that if they were able to from last week right up until the end of the year now, we should be set, or even from January just gone, right up to the end of the year, we should have been celebrating the fact that this is our 50th year as a city.
Yeah.
And we should
be doing it for the whole year,
not just for the odd day here and there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, look at now the Saturday just gone for St. David's Day, right?
Oh, a little event in the middle of St. Mary's Square.
I saw an event filmed by at Swansea Wales TV, little company. They filmed it, right?
Who Lee doesn't like.
No, I like these because I worked with them.
Oh, I thought you meant Swansea Bay TV.
No, this is at Swansea Wales. This is
okay.
A little TV company that films all events and all that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they filmed it, and it looked to be a good day. They had different things.
But there's hardly no publicity.
Why can't we be doing that all the time, man?
But when they hold these events, they don't have any publicity for these events, or very rare. So people don't know about them.
If I'd known about it, Terry, I'd have been down there.
Do you know what I mean? They're very bad at running events.
I know.
And that's because they've outsourced them so much. Do you know what I mean? They get companies in to run these events for them. Who take you know, if you get these companies
that the council that should be running events, but they can't do it.
No, but you know, when they get these companies to run the events for them, you know, anything like they take a cut of the profit that the event makes.
Oh, I know.
Do you know what I mean? Instead of putting it back into the council budget.
Terry, I'm telling you, they're not stupid.
They are stupid. They are very stupid. Right, so the quadrant...
What I mean when I say that, the council aren't stupid because they'll employ a company to do something and the company take off the money from the event and whatever's made from it, the council puts back in their funds.
No. But if the council run the event themselves, they would have 100% of the event's profit. So they are very stupidly, I argue, because, you know, they're getting a company in to run it who probably takes 20 to 50% of the profits of the event. So therefore that 20 to 50% is being taken out of our public, out of our money, the public money, do you know what I mean, the tax of the budget of Swansea Council, instead of being put in. And the council has some money left over, but the council also have an events team. So why are we, you know, the council are very stupid when it comes to it. Like, look at the Liberty Stadium. The council own the Liberty Stadium. Or they did, but they've now signed a lease and given it over to Swansea City Football Club, who now take the profits. The council don't see profit anymore from the Liberty Stadium. They don't own they don't even run the Liberty Stadium anymore. Then you've got the Quadrant Shopping Centre. The council own the shopping centre, but they've given the lease to someone else to run it for them. So that company takes all of the profit. Then you've got the LC2. Yeah?
That was another one?
It's owned by the council. The land, the building, the pool, it was paid for by the council, owned by the council. They set up an arm's length company to run it for them. Most of the profit, instead of going back into the council budget, goes back into the LC2 company's budget,
which is going strong, I must say.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That money could be put... And then look at the leisure like the leisure centres in your area. You've got one, Kevin and Guide. Yeah?
Yeah.
Penang.
No, Kevin and Guy's now gone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because they made the school bigger, didn't they?
I didn't know. So, basically, they get rid of one leisure centre. You know, probably they used the excuse budget cuts. Penland Leisure Centre. And these are attached to schools as well, so they also are used as school swimming areas. Do you know what I mean? The council are very good, but then the LC2, like you just said, is making a lovely little profit. So why isn't that money going back into the leisure centres? Isn't the LC2 a leisure centre? Hence why it's called LC2 or LC. What means leisure centre. But anyway, it's been lovely, everyone, talking about Swansea and politics of Swansea and what we want to see for Swansea. As you can see that some of us are a little irate about it than others. But anyway, you've been listening to Around the World Today here on Real Terrio Podcast, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Podcasts brought to you by Real Terrio Radio. Around the world today here on Real Terrio Radio.